Look at us, right on time, 9:45. Welcome one, welcome all to the Blockchain Basement. This is the absolute most base crypto show on the internet, and actually awake for the early show. Welcome, David Middleton, Bitcoin Bandicoot, Linwood Jones, Station C4. Good morning, my lovely people. As you know, this show powered by Arculus, the top storage for your crypto assets. Keep it cold, keep it based, folks. But we have some absolutely amazing news we got to go over, all breaking over the weekend. But honestly, some of this news just broke this morning. We have some very, very big news to keep an eye on the macro side. So here we go. Hopped up at 58,000 subscribers over the weekend here. Shout out to everyone in the basement community and also the members especially. And I have some ideas brewing. I am going to be joining the voice channels. I'm going to be opening up an OG voice hangout channel for us all to chill on, kind of shoot the shit in face. You know what I mean? I want to get you guys' face. I want to see the face to the name, but also the Black Site members. You are going to be getting something special, essentially a Druth signal. Should it be that you need some information about preparedness that maybe Vet's an expert on, or myself, but also crypto for me and Nick on that side, because my God, things are getting hot and heavy. We're making good moves on the crypto markets, but the world getting a little nuts out there. So we will be opening that up very, very shortly. And a huge shout out to everyone that is supporting the channel. And if you don't already, follow me on my Twitter here at Druth Crypto. We're at 2,428 followers, and I dropped some spicy memes in here. But this is the main thing. This is the ultimate bull signal, folks. If you missed it over the weekend, I finally decided to just get down and dirty, grilling up a bunch of steak and lamb. Absolutely delicious. Maybe the best. It was huge. So shout out. Follow me on Twitter. Give me all your deep picks on there. We had a very interesting and very true commercial breakout this weekend. Let's check this out. I just found this really, really good. For the average person, they're getting in. They're looking from the outside into crypto. They need to know what the heck's going on. Let's check this out.
Feel that life keeps getting more expensive. Rent, food, gas, taxes, they keep going up. But why is that? It's because of a hidden tax on your money, inflation. While you are carefully managing your budget, the government is not and keeps spending more to pay off their loans. To afford all that, they create new money, which waters down the value of your money and lets you buy less in the future. In the last 100 years, the US dollar has lost over 97% of its purchasing power. Many other currencies have become worthless or disappeared. What if we had money that governments couldn't print more of? You could save for the future and build the life you have always wanted. This money is called Bitcoin. It has a fixed maximum supply that nobody can change. Bitcoin is not about getting rich quickly. It is about not getting poor slowly through inflation. Protect your future with Bitcoin and buy with confidence on River. Feel that life keeps getting expensive.
Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to see if my audio is doubling up on me. Oh, let's hear it. Nice. We got a check-in system. But this is the kind of stuff that people like on the outside looking into crypto need to be able to realize. Shout out to Swiss Hodler for sharing this, because this is what this is the information that people really need. Your dollar's lost 97% of its buying power, and that's honestly being kind to the dollar, and people are getting poor slowly, and they're looking from the outside into crypto. Sure, number go up, but they don't understand it. That's why we're trying to bring the crypto education to the masses day in and out, so we can help our fellow person. So now we're going to Bitcoin Nashville this weekend. As you all know, it's going to be huge. There's a deep take about Bitcoin and the relationship with Hillary Clinton that I want to go over here. It's from Nolan, Count BTC, publicly predicted that Hillary Clinton would be the candidate in April. He published a Bitcoiner's Guide to the US 2024 election on what's happening in the video book comments. And first of all, before we dig into this, who do you guys think in the chat is going to be the Democratic nominee for president? I mean, it's looking like it's Kamala so far. We got Gavin Newsom coming out here, and he's endorsing her. Kind of crazy to think that they would move forward with Kamala Harris as their pick, though. Hillary Clinton, she is a feisty bird. Okay, and now let's just look into this. Hillary Clinton on Bitcoin, a decades-long career, including roles as a first lady, a U.S. senator, as secretary of state, and a Democratic Party presidential nominee. Generation boomer. Superpower, her strength lies in her experience and deep understanding of U.S. political power, and also having friends suicide themselves. Path to victory, Clinton's route to success would involve leveraging her network to be the first in line case Joe Biden cannot make it to election day. Then she must rely on the same forces that helped Biden get there in the first place. And she stated on Thanksgiving weekend of 2021 media tour that she recognizes Bitcoin's power to destabilize nation states, but it's not the best option for accelerationists, however, as her competency as a president might be very high, I would argue. A U.S. president who could wield the command of the military-industrial complex, banking cartel, and the media oligopoly may lead to Bitcoiners being hunted. Kind of a doomsday scenario if you think about it, with the intelligence of that lady, the nefarious intentions, by my account, of that woman. That would be kind of like the worst nightmare for me to think about. Hillary Clinton taking the stage and actually getting the podium. Highly doubt that she would be able to win that election, but I do want your guys' opinion on that. Is that even feasible? Because all bets are off, guys. Look at this. This is from Adam Cochran. Joe Biden ended his presidential bid on National Ice Cream Day. Joe Biden, absolutely base. I mean, and let me know what your favorite flavor of ice cream is out in the chat. Me personally, I like a good Oreo, I like a cookies and cream ice cream. I think Joe's going for like the coffee mix here, maybe a little bit of butterscotch potentially. But I am curious, what's your guys' favorite flavor of ice cream? It was National Ice Cream Day as we saw Joe Biden step down. And with that, Joe Biden stepped down, he changed Solana forever, and we just got to pay some respects real quick, folks. Oh man, that just hit deep, bro. It hit deep. You know what I mean? Joe Biden changed Solana forever. We got to go check out the Bowden chart now. Obviously, we'll hop on over here to Dex Screener and let's check out what's going on with it. So Bowden was it came out of nowhere, right? Everyone thought that it was just like this complete joke, which it was a joke, but it ripped and then it ripped to the downside. Let's see how wrecked we are. $6 million market cap. And this thing is not looking good. Oh, mint chip, watermelon sherbet, Tejana. All right. Sherbet does go hard, bro. Sherbet does go hard. Spinoni. Cookie dough is damn good. Cookie dough is damn good. If it's the chunky kind of cookie dough, the cookie dough, it give or take, depending on where you go. Some places they give you like one tiny little piece of cookie dough in it, and it's like, what is this? This is basically just ice cream with a mistake in it. But the thick cookie dough, but you got to have a good balance of how much cookie dough is in there. Speaking of ice cream, though, here's Joe Bowden's token, and really, this thing, we got to pull up the overall market cap on this thing, because this thing was insane in the heat of the altcoin season. One of the biggest movers, a $738 million market cap, down to 6 mil. Honestly, just absolute brutality. This is one of the craziest things. Me and Johnny were looking at this thing when it was like a few $100,000 market cap, way before it started up. Johnny was trading some chop here. And then, as you can see, things went exponential from there to the upside and now to the downside with Joe Biden stepping out. Now, here's a question. Is Joe Biden alive? That is a big question. Where are you, Joe? Are you okay, Joe? You know, I don't wish any harm on Joe Biden. He's my president, literally my president right now. And the people that wish harm on political leaders, even if they are of the alternate political sphere, are very low T, first of all, and extremely unbased. The focus for being based is to remain based and to practice stoicism. And with that stoicism, you do not wish harm on political leaders, because that is when civil chaos begins. And this is just a take from Kyle Becker on this. Let's recap this historic day. He resigned via X. Very odd. We know he's not running his X account. White House staff found out 1 minute later. Okay, so he just decided to get on X and quit, right? And then everyone's scrambling afterwards. White House staff find 1 minute later Joe Biden resignation letter, not an official letterhead, question mark. Joe Biden's signature is suspect. It's underlined under here. Steve Ricchetti helped write the letter. Jill Biden tweets heart emoji response. What? Like, this looks like a funeral. White House wipes Biden's schedule. White House chief of staff calls the cabinet, manages comms. Frank Biden confirms health a factor. Family suggests Biden may have terminal illness. What? Joe Biden holds no live press conference. Where in the world is Joe Biden? So this is a question, you guys. I mean, honestly, where is this guy? I need to know. I hope he's fine. I know he caught and I do believe he did catch COVID a few weeks ago. He's very old, and that it actually can, even the basic flu can really jack up a very, very old person. So with that being said, I hope that he's doing all right. Now we have to deal with the potential of cackling Kamala coming into the limelight. And, it's been a questionable history on how Kamala's come into office, right? But this is just a deep dive by 60 Minutes. We're going to have a listen here and see what you make of it.
So what did you do to become the presidential nominee of your party?
Well, sometimes you just have to hawk Tua and spit on that thing,
There it is, folks. It's all out in plain sight. People know what's really going on here. Kamala, you're not fooling anyone. And, DZ had a deep take. This is almost like a Bob Dole situation in political history where Kamala just like the sacrificial lamb that they know they're going to lose with, but she's got to fill the spot in the midterm. I mean, if they do move forward with Kamala, that's basically what's going to happen. If Democrats knew what was good for them, they would choose someone like Robert F. Kennedy to move forward with that. I know you like that crypto bad fog. It's a good one. But it's reality, right? It's kind of a crazy thing. And she said some of the most insane snippets that we've ever heard from a political pundit. Like, this is just nuts. The internet is absolutely on fire with this whole shakeup in Kamala.
Today is today.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday was today, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow will be today, tomorrow.
That's true.
So live today. So the future today will be as the past today, as it is tomorrow.
Absolutely incredible monologue. I mean, she is just the gift that keeps on giving. There is literally no end to the amount of groundbreaking memes coming out on the internet. And shout out to Having X and Elon Musk. And I am hearing rumors. I want your guys' opinion in the chat if we're going to see this. There's rumors that Elon Musk, he's going to be at Bitcoin Nashville. His plane landed there. I think it was yesterday morning. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, sharing the stage, talking about Bitcoin, mayhaps. I don't know, guys. I mean, we stand a strong potential. Elon Musk out there just cool-handedly handing over $45 million a month to the Trump campaign, not demanding a damn thing back from Trump. She's trying so hard to sound even slightly philosophical. I would absolutely agree with that. Ducey does. Ducey, I want to bring up the idea. So I want to open up a voice channel in our Discord for OG members, first of all. And then we're going to keep the black site spot open, but the black site, I'm going to be getting into that black site video chat a lot more often to just talk directly to the black site members, one-on-one up to an hour, you know what I mean? Because I really, really want to give extra value to the people that are showing the blockchain basement support and showing us value by putting your money down on the table. It's $25 a month. And you will get my absolute 100% focus. We have doubled on the black site members over the past week. We've just gotten it started. But with the black site, you also get 20% off our store. You guys get 20% off everything within this. I kept showing, dude, I love these shoulder sling bags. If you have a OtterBox type clip system, you can set up essentially a on-the-go body cam. And I will recommend this because people act a lot differently when they think that they're under a camera's eye. You would be very, very surprised at how that changes demeanors of jackasses with colorful hair and a chip on their shoulder. So keep that in mind. Now, here is the biggest macro news happening this week that we have to keep an eye on for the week ending in July 26th. The key events are the U.S. 2024 quarter two GDP comes out this Thursday while we're going to be out in Nashville. U.S. June PCE inflation on Friday and the U.S. consumer sentiment on Friday. 31% of the S&P 500 companies are expected to release their earnings with Tesla and Google after market close on Tuesday, you guys. So there is going to be some huge earnings reports. There's going to be some huge macroeconomic data coming out. And we know the markets do act in short-term reaction to those types of events. So I'm watching that very, very carefully. How cool would it be to hit a new all-time high from Bitcoin while we're out there in Nashville? The hype is going to be there. And, some people I was talking to upstairs, morning, y'all. Drew started touch early. That's right, Mr. Mark. That's right. I'm going to be also running the stream for Discover Crypto. So I want to cover both ends here. Now, let's see here. Bob, you're not a jackass with colorful hair. If you have colorful hair, I think you're cool. Honestly, what I'm talking about is people that are going to be hyper polarized about this political atmosphere over the next 6 months, and you'll be surprised at where violence will find you. A lot of people think that they're, just these weak little side people that are part of society that are just clamoring for some notice. But I worked the Summer of Love last election cycle, and they will hit you in the back of the head. They fight dirty, so you got to keep your head on a swivel. Now, speaking of keeping your head on a swivel, this is crazy. China's central bank is starting to cut key interest rates. This is very interesting announcement on open market business number 4. In order to improve the mechanism for open market operations, the 7-day reverse repo operations are to be conducted through quantity bidding at a fixed interest rate effective from today. Meanwhile, to further strengthen the counter-cyclical adjustments and enhance financial support for the real economy, the interest rate on a 7-day reverse repo operation will be adjusted to a 1.7% from the previous 1.8%. Effective today. They're getting people to come on in and do some good old debt-based reverse repo to move the buck forward. Down in China, their economy is much, much worse off than a lot of these, genius political pundits. They say that China is going to take over America and it's over for America. Honestly, bro, China is way worse off than America. A lot of their financial structure is based within their real estate sector and commercial real estate, not to mention. And that is an absolute dumpster fire. If everyone remembers that Evergrande is a large chunk of that real estate sector, and it is indeed insolvent and being dismantled as we speak. So with that being said, the United States market, not so great either, but not nearly as bad. And we have this happening in the background for the U.S. markets. On U.S. banks, a report from the Office of the Comptroller of Currency finds that half of large banks are failing an operation. They're falling and basically at risk of going insolvent. This is the same type of situation I've kept talking about with our banking infrastructure here in the United States. We're right around $700 billion in unrealized and realized losses in the commercial real estate sector, which is commercial real estate securities, where yet Gary Gensler not to be found because he doesn't give a damn about reality. He wants to arbitrage the fear and the worry about crypto. Meanwhile, banks, half of U.S. banks, according to the U.S. Comptroller, the Office of the Comptroller, are at risk of literally going insolvent in the short term. And where does this all come from? Well, the interest rates on the Federal Reserve funding rate have been jackknifed up. And with that, the banks have run into situations where they have to refinance in this new environment of high interest rates. And the system was built on absolute zero because this quantitative easing, this low interest rate was essentially heroin that the U.S. banking industry and the U.S. Treasury was addicted to. Now that is coming back to fruition. The cow's coming home and they have to look it in the face. Thus, my calls for weakness in the Federal Reserve this year, which are basically chimed in at about 90% surety that they will be seeing an interest rate cut within the United States in September. And usually this is a reactory situation to an already, spiraling economic recession. Largely what I think is that it's a preemptive move so that things don't get much, much worse during the election and people's fears about the future and the hope absolutely go out the window. Thus, that will show in the polls, folks. So we all got to think about the timing of everything. Now, this world debt crossed $300 trillion and continues to climb rapidly. This indeed will not end well for anyone that has a reasonable mind when you pass. This is the point of no return. $300 trillion in worldwide debt. There is no responsible fix, no knobs they can turn that will actually fix this situation. It will continue to spiral until, sadly but surely, in my opinion, absolute cataclysm will follow. So with that being said, that's why I go to crypto, to find the upside, to find the hope on my family's finances. That is why I go to crypto. So in this, it gets worse. Unfunded pensions in major European countries are now 300% to 500% of their GDP. This is household pension entitlements and social insurance from the European Union and EFTA countries end of 2021. And honestly, the numbers are probably a lot worse. This is a very large scope data set. And as we sit right now, I think that with the influx of unchecked migration, especially in EU nations, and the social services that are required there within are compounding the issue. And thus, my main monetary point of why we need to absolutely watch what the hell is coming over the United States border, because you need to understand how many social services are going to be required for these new people that are coming in, be it if they're, beyond the conversation of the crime that is absolutely exploding from that. You need to financially understand how many social services are going to be required for this new population as it comes in, which at this point, we really honestly don't have any idea on the public scale. Really, if you ask me to shoot from the hip, I'm going to say it's about 22 million undocumented over the past 3 to 4 years. So that's a bit, right? It's probably, instead of 360 million, we probably have around 380, 390 million people actually in the United States. But when they acknowledge it, time will tell on that factor. And honestly, if this woman wins, I don't think that truth will ever come out. And this is I want your guys' opinion on this. I felt like this is one of the cringiest takes in all of crypto. People with kind of the more nuanced view. I feel like I have a nuanced view. I try to have a nuanced view. This is insane. Kamala Harris can make a big impact on this election if she comes out pro Bitcoin this week. We need a pro crypto president. That is Trump. Like, what are you doing? Honestly, I read this as just extreme engagement farming. The only thing I did is bookmark it. As you can see, Kamala is not going to be the next president. She can still make an impact. You can't be serious. Crypto doesn't have to be partisan, and it shouldn't be. It literally is, bro. Like, have you seen all of the votes against crypto within the United States government? They heavily weighted towards the Democratic side, which is weird because they call them liberals and you want liberty. The right crypto bad fox, like, that's insane. And I agree with you, Bob. There is no way that Kamala Harris wins. Let's see what Tejana's doing. Head gasket, talking about crypto before Jeep 100%. Oh, you're doing some more. Maybe he's doing some work out there. And shout out to you, Tejana. I love to align with people that, are willing to get under the hood themselves and to get their hands dirty. Not only do you save money, but you get that knowledge. You get the knowledge on how to fix your own vehicles And that's extreme power. The knowledge on how to fix vehicles, it weighs nothing. And if you have it in the background, man, you are just one very independent and honestly dangerous individual, dare I say. So this is from Chainlink. Just a quick shout out to the amount of asset tokenizations that have happened so far and what we're leaning in here. So the future is on, according to Chainlink. I'd have to agree. Real world asset tokenization has surpassed DeFi in total assets. This is absolutely wonderful to see. And in this, you get global real estate at 380 trillion. You get derivatives, no biggie, just a quadrillion. Okay, derivatives making up a quadrillion of this section. I'll move my face out of the way so you can see these back ones. The debt market, 100 trillion. The stock market coming in at 106 trillion. Cryptocurrency. And this is now 2.5 trillion because this is we've been moving hot and heavy on the upside, folks. So dudes who fix things are sexy. See, Crypto Bad Fox knows. You know what I mean? There's value to fixing your own stuff. And honestly, like when something breaks in your house and your wife's got to call some other dude to fix it, like, you know, come on. So this is very cool to see. DeFi is only coming in 93 billion. This is probably well chunked up, but tokenized RWAs at 170 billion, which is probably around 200 at this time being. But these are ants compared to the monstrous market that is out there and up for the taking when it comes to tokenizing assets, you guys. This is why the baseline of my portfolio is Chainlink. The baseline, the ground of which my portfolio is built upon from where we are in this market right now is Chainlink. And everything else on top of that, sure, I'll play around with ICP, see if it's got a good chance, you know, but honestly, like, it is so obvious. It's glaring us in the face. This old boy picking up the alpha from Drew, the young buck. What? Oh my God. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I feel kind of old. I'm like 36. You know what I mean? Honestly, I've felt very old for a long time in my life. I had to deal with death and death being around the next turn in my life with my brother's illness from a very, very young age. And I think staring death in the face for my existence has really kind of, it's given me a much different perspective on life than I find with other people. And I feel like an old soul. I feel like a very, very old soul. You know, and that's like, you know, the old soul feeling to me that maybe that's why I'm a prepper. I also was lost in the woods for some time when I was a young man, and that definitely left an impression on me. I had to follow power lines to get my way back home. And once I did find those power lines led to a cabin. It was like a large cabin with, I think it was like a summer camp or something like that. This really weird pedo looking dude was there. And so I got a large knife and I held it to him and basically forced him to call the police at knife point to make sure that I was safe. And I was about 6 years old when that happened. So things can come at you quick. The life that we live can teach you lessons that you just don't expect at times, folks. You know, and some things that I want to highlight, Dutch Sense is bringing up some alpha on the preparedness side. Same outlook as a transplant patient. Absolutely, JT. My brother had 2 heart transplants. The first one was within days of his birth. He was actually he was the youngest child to be operated on and to receive a heart transplant. And then he had to receive another heart right around the age of 11 or 12 years old. But the whole time that we were alive, the doctors are saying his heart's going to give out, his immune system's going to reject. And my brother also had a pituitary gland growth problem where he kept growing until he was like 6'8". My brother was a monstrous person at the age of 17. We lived hard, we lived heavy, you know, and I miss my brother every day, but I live in his memory. And I do have his ashes tattooed into my body, and that has been that way for a long time. But let's check out this from Dutch Sense here. Alert about smoke coming down into the United States out of Canada. Looks like a lot of fires are going on. The view is South Canada and the U.S. border. North Dakota, Montana, and Minnesota are the bottom of the view. An insane level of smoke by his accounts is incoming. Most he's ever seen by accounts. And that's saying a lot because we remember a lot of smoke came. I remember I was in Boulder when the entire landscape was on fire. But, you know, the smoke, it's a thing, guys. Masks are actually pretty damn useful for smoke systems. And you can be hyper-based and honestly make your neighbors question if they're nearly as ready as you. Go to basement.supplies. If you're a Black Site member, you get 20% off this bad boy. This comes with the nice cheek weld here for the rifle. Nice area for your cheek to actually meet the butt of your rifle. So I really, really like this design of gas mask. And yes, I do indeed roll around with a gas mask on me, emergency mask, at all times, because as I said before, I work the summer of love and things can come at you quick. So, you know, we got to be prepared. We got to be ready. And with the preparedness, like we saw the problems with the banks, we saw the problems that banks themselves are having, but crypto is going great because you guys got to hold on to your crypto. That is why I'm proud to be partnered with Arculus. This is the world's leading cold storage app. Easily swap, send, buy, and receive all your crypto with a simple tap using 3-factor authentication. It keeps your crypto assets safer than ever, but it's also extremely easy to use. This is something I feel comfortable showing to even my family members that aren't in crypto right now, but you're damn right they're asking me about it right now. And once they do finally take that leap, there is none other than Arculus that I will recommend for them to utilize to keep that value safe. So I'm going to go up. I'm going to get the DC stream ready, get all those boys rustled and ready to go for another awesome show. We're going live at 10:30 on Discover Crypto. So make sure you're there. And I appreciate every single one of you out in the chat. Adam, Bomb, Betty, Veteran Crypto, the G, absolute G, hopped on our stream with me, Nick. Just a very based individual, and I'm very excited about the future build out with Veteran Crypto. He's very focused. Laserface, Nicole Ministata, what up? Michael M, Tejano. We got all the coolest people in the chat. Crypto Bad Fox, David Middleton, heavy on Link, heavy on Vet, Batsamondo, savage. You fucking savage, David Middleton. Shake and bake. I'll see you guys upstairs. Sufficient enough. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I will never let you down. If I see problems in the market, you're damn right I'm going to bring them up to you because my name is the Druth, and that's going to be the way it is till I die. I'll see you soon.